go? I mean, obviously Thomas is calling plays in the game, but how is this first practice maybe different than it would be normally if he wasn't calling plays or if you weren't calling plays?
Yeah, the practice was not any different with the switch of play calling. Actually, in previous weeks, we kind of have been alternating who's calling the plays into Bryce. So today, it was just all Thomas.
I don't know if you're looking after the week away and getting back at it and game mode.
I think you could feel good energy. I think it was a typical Wednesday practice. There's a couple things to clean up. You get out there and shake the dust off, and you put things in on a Wednesday that you want. You're looking at for the first time. So we'll clean those things up, and but overall, it was a good day.
Frank, you changed the practice schedule. It looked like some of the older guys were able to come out later. Was that in an effort to get them off their feet more, or what was the reason?
Just made a couple really minor tweaks, including a dual stretch thing that just allows a handful of guys to come out just a little bit later.
Jeremy Chin went on IR. Do you have any clarity on that injury that he suffered?
No clarity. It's going to be, it's going to be, we're week to week. We're not day to day with him. But, I do know he is making good progress, and, so he's working hard to get back out there as soon as he can.
You guys have obviously dealt with quite a few hamstring injuries. Was Detour's just pretty significant?
Yes, it was. It wasn't just a little strain. It was pretty significant. So again, those things are hard to gauge. Our trainers and doctors are great at saying, hey, they think it's going to be. Usually on an injury like that, they'll give a 2-week window about how long it's going to take. So, and you guys know how to do it. It's a first degree, second degree, third degree, that kind of stuff. So we don't report those kind of things, but it was more significant.
How are you Houston team coming in this week? They went into the bye with a win. A lot of energy over there. What do you feel is? Can you elaborate on what you'll be facing, but also what is your biggest takeaway that you have to have this week?
I feel like we had a lot of energy in the building today. I thought the guys came back with the right attitude. I think everybody's excited. I think everybody feels like, we come back after the bye. It's 0-0, 1-0, and it truly is. We got 11 games left. Like every team, your goal is to win every one of them, but you can't do that all at one time. You got to win them one at a time. So, we have to shrink things down to a day-to-day and a week-to-week formula. It's always what you do anyway, but when you come off a bye, when you're in the position that you're in, I just think it really helps you focus even that much more on that type of attitude.
Zavala was a full participant in today's practice. Obviously, Corbett might come back this week. Is there a sense of relief that the offensive line is kind of getting healthy and coming back together?
Yeah, it was good to see Corbett out there today. He's been out there for a little bit, but good to see him out there today. He looked good. We'll see how he does through the week. Zavala, I talked to him, either at the end of practice or right near at the end of practice. He had a good day out there. So happy about how he's recovered. We'll see how he does during the week.
Frank, you've told us in the past that during the season you'll watch other offenses, watch other quarterbacks, see what everybody's doing. Obviously, Stroud has played pretty well down there in Houston. But I think there's a lot of people wondering, do you still feel like you made the right decision by taking Bryce number one? And if so, why?
Yeah, we got the guy we wanted to get, and couldn't be happier about that in every way. And I would say this: I'm happy for CJ. He's had 6 good games, and I have no doubt he'll have many more good games. But I know this: when it comes to evaluating quarterbacks or any position, it's years, not weeks. You can't put a label on a guy after 6 weeks or even a year. I've seen guys have Pro Bowl seasons and then a year later fighting to be a backup somewhere else. It's a crazy league. What you're looking for and what we're looking for, not just from our quarterback, but in every position, is sustained success at a high level for a very long time. And you can't measure it in weeks.
Right, on that, I think during the pre-draft process, there were a lot of people, and you've addressed this before, but that thought you were in Stroud's camp because of the big size, and you're a big quarterback guy. Could you address that again now that you guys are getting ready to play him?
I never said that to one person, anytime, anywhere. I always said, I like CJ Stroud a lot. I like all those. I've said this many times. I like that whole quarterback draft. I think they were all really good prospects. I think they're all going to have really good NFL careers. My eyes and our eyes were on Bryce Young, and from start to finish. You look at the film, you talk to the man, you get a sense for the leader, the player, and what he is and what he can be and how he fits to what we want to do and the vision that we have as an offense, as a team, and as an organization. We got the guy for us. And I'm sure Houston feels they got the guy for them. That's great. I mean, I think it's great for the NFL. It's great for our two guys. I think we're both very happy with where we're at and the direction we're going.
D'Amico's been around for a bit, calling plays and being a defensive coordinator. How has he kind of evolved going from defensive coordinator to head coach in that defense?
I think everyone who, listen, I don't know D'Amico that well, a little bit. You get it, but the little bit I do know him and know, he has that special it factor, had it as player, coach, coordinator. So, again, good for the league. I mean, he's done it the right way. There's been no shortcuts. He's paid his dues, he's earned his stripes, and he's off to a great start.
Miles Sanders was a full participant. Do you expect that he'll start on Sunday?
We'll see how the week goes. I mean, Chuba's been doing pretty well, and again, it's more by rotation and more by play. A lot of times, we have our eye on certain guys for certain plays. We mix it up some, so we kind of get through the week and make that. Deuce and I and Thomas will sit down at the end of the week and kind of gear. Hey, let's put Chuba in for these plays. Let's put Miles in for these plays. Let's put Raheem, in for these plays to try to spread that out a little bit.
I mean, to follow up on that, Raheem really didn't get a lot of playing time when Miles was healthy. Do you see that changing based on the way he played against Miami?
Well, with LaVisca down, with LaVisca not in, and him being the third ball carrier, so I do think there is room for a third ball carrier. I don't think he gets a ton of carries, but I do like the idea of Raheem getting in the game and getting some touches.
Frank, over the last couple of games heading into the Bayou defense, gave up 84 points and 12 touchdowns, and obviously not ideal. But have you guys changed anything defensively? Is there anything you can do at this point in the season to kind of get that changed around?
Yeah, I believe we'll get it changed around. We played two good offenses, so credit to those offenses. You have to take it week by week, and things can. In this league, we all know how things can turn around in a hurry. So, at the end of the day, listen, I'm not adding. All matters win or we will win or lose. I don't want to lose by a lot. I don't want a team to score a lot of points, but if we score one more point than the opponent, then that's all I'm really worried about in the short term. In the long term, I'm very confident in our players and our coaches that we'll be in schemes and we'll play those schemes in a way that are going to give us a chance to win a bunch of football games coming down the stretch.
When we spoke about that, you mentioned J.C. Horn had an appointment this week that should offer a little more insight into his return. What did you learn there?
He's doing well. And has had zero setbacks. He's had zero setbacks. So I think he is on pace. I think when I mentioned that, in my mind, I thought I was a week ahead. I was a week or so ahead of where I thought we were going to be. So it's going to be a minute or two for JC, but he's doing great. Has had zero setbacks. Can't wait to get him back out there. Is headed in the right direction.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thanks, Frank.